You're watching Tag TV.
Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Lipakshi Khurana. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Monday, the 26th of March. Militant killed in encounter with security forces in India's Jammu and Kashmir province. Pakistan's Election Commission removes Farooq Sattar as MQM-P convener. Afghan President Ghani hopeful of ending 40 years of insurgency in Afghanistan. Now for all the details, a militant was killed in an encounter with security forces in Budgam district of India's Jammu and Kashmir province on Sunday. The militant reportedly belonged to Pakistan-based terror group Lashkar-e-Taiba.
Security forces gunned down a militant during an encounter in Budgam district of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province on Sunday. The security forces laid a cordon and launched a search operation in the Arzal area of the district on receiving a tip-off that a militant was hiding in a house. A gun battle ensued as the militant opened fire on the forces, who retaliated and killed the militant. The militant reportedly belonged to Pakistan-based militant outfit Lashkar-e-Taiba.
The militant while जब वो escape करने की कोशिश कर रहा था उसने काफ़ी heavy volume पे हमारे stops के ऊपर fire किया, लेकिन फौज ने restraint को maintain करते हुए ताकि कोई civil casualty ना हो very calibrated तरीके से in a very short and brief encounter हमने उसको वहीं पे eliminate कर दिया और उसके बाद जब उससे हमने recoveries भी हासिल करी.
India accuses Pakistan of training and arming militants and helping them infiltrate across the de facto border line of control. Pakistan denies those allegations.
In news from Pakistan, the Election Commission of Pakistan, or ECP, on Monday ruled that Farooq Sattar will no longer serve as the convener of Muttahida Qawmi Movement Pakistan, or MQM-P. A 5-member bunch of ECP announced the brief verdict in the case pertaining to the intra-party dispute on the position of the party convener. The bench also dismissed Sattar's petition challenging the jurisdiction of the poll body in the case and nullified the intra-party elections of MQM, in which Farooq Sattar was elected as the party chief. The dispute between party members over nominations for the upcoming Senate elections had earlier resulted in the emergence of splinter groups. On March 1st, Sattar had challenged the ECP's jurisdiction to hear a petition pertaining to the party's convenership. The petition had stated that the party's internal matters cannot be heard by the ECP. And moving on, pro-freedom Baloch activists in Canada on Sunday gathered in Toronto City to commemorate the 70th anniversary of illegal occupation of Balochistan by Pakistan. The event was supported by Sindhi, Pashtun, Kashmiri and other human rights activists.
A group of Baloch political and student activists gathered in Canada's Toronto City on Sunday to commemorate the 70th anniversary of Pakistan's illegal occupation of Balochistan. The Baloch activists demanded a peaceful end to the Pakistani military occupation of Balochistan that took place on March 27, 1948. They also demanded an end to the genocidal military operation in Balochistan that has claimed thousands of innocent lives. They said the military invasion of Balochistan in 1948 marked the beginning of successive military dictatorships and Talibanization phenomenon in South Asia.
The 7 decades of Baloch struggle has witnessed worst form of military operations under military and civilian rulers.
We did not just lose our self-rule or a piece of land to Pakistan on March 27. We lost our cultural identity and our language. We lost our right to a peaceful and safe life.
Activists have long accused Pakistan Army of human rights abuses in Balochistan and how innocent Baloch are subjected to torture, killings and enforced disappearances for raising their voices.
In news from Afghanistan, Afghanistan's President Ashraf Ghani has said he is optimistic to end the 40 years of crisis in his country as he pointed to ongoing efforts for a national consensus on a peace plan. The government announced a without precondition peace offer to the terror group Taliban last month to bring the group to negotiation table.
Afghan President Ashraf Ghani has said he is optimistic to end the 40 years of crisis in Afghanistan as he pointed to ongoing efforts for a national consensus on a peace plan. President Ghani said efforts are underway to implement the peace plan which will put an end to the crisis. Meanwhile, the leader of Hizb Islami Party, Gulbuddin Hekmatyar, said he has also offered a peace plan to the government which is now on the table of President Ghani and senior US officials.
ملی کشور در قسمت صلح عملی میشه. افرادی که فکر میکنن که اراده ملی این ملت عظیم خدشه‌دار کرده میتونن دوباره فکر.
The Afghan government announced a without precondition peace offer to the terror group Taliban last month to bring the terror group to negotiations table. However, Taliban has not officially responded to the offer yet. The government has also rejected any plan on handing some parts of the country as safe zones to the terror group Taliban.
More news from Afghanistan. While briefing members of the Afghanistan's poll body on security of upcoming elections, the Interior Ministry on Sunday said over 1,100 polling stations across the country face high security threats. This comes at a time when parliamentary and district councils elections in the country are just a few months away.
Afghan Deputy Interior Minister for Security General Murad Ali Murad on Sunday said over 1,100 polling stations across Afghanistan face high security threats. Murad, while briefing members of the Independent Election Commission or IEC on security of the country's upcoming parliamentary and district council polls, said there are another 948 polling stations which are not under the control of government forces. According to Murad, there are also problems with the distribution of election materials. He said routes into these areas need to be found.
پلان عملیات نصرت اینا هم شامل است این ساعتی که در تعدیلات بلند است که ما اگر تغییرات آورده تانستیم کو شما را در جریان قرار میدیم اگر نتونستیم پیشنهاد از این میکنیم که راه حل جستجو بکنیم در نزدیکترین نقطه که مردم محروم نشه و مردم در انتخابات اشتراک کرده بتر.
Meanwhile, officials from the IEC said that the election management body has started delivering election materials to provincial capitals. IEC also called on security institutions to ensure polling stations are secured. The IEC is set to start the voter registration process on April 14 and has hired dozens of employees for this purpose in provinces across Afghanistan.
Moving on to news from Nepal. Nepal's Premier KP Sharma Oli on Sunday came down heavily on the European Union election observation mission over its controversial report on the federal and provincial polls last year and criticized it strongly. Oli said the mission had undermined Nepal's sovereignty and an overwhelming voter participation.
Nepalese Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli on Sunday, reacting to the European Union Election Observation Mission or EU-EOM's controversial polls report, said the mission had undermined Nepal's sovereignty and an overwhelming voter participation. Premier Oli criticized the mission's report while unveiling the election observation report by the domestic firm National Election Observation Committee. The EU mission's recommendation for denying the proportional representation election quota for some, complaint about non-representation of Christians and comment on the Election Commission's opacity has drawn strong criticism from both the government and the poll body. The European mission submitted its final report to the Election Commission last week, having observed the elections to the House of Representatives and the provincial assemblies. The EU-EOM in Nepal was officially launched across the Himalayan nation last year to observe electoral preparations and campaign in the country. The mission included a core team of Kathmandu-based 10 election analysts and 38 long-term observers deployed across Nepal.
Asia's largest tulip garden, situated in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province, opened its gates for locals and tourists on the March 25th. The garden, being the largest tulip garden in Asia, has made unique changes to attract visitors, including increased number of flora and special water channels.
Tourists from across the country flock to Asia's largest tulip garden, Indira Gandhi Memorial Tulip Garden in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province, as it opened its gate on March 25th. Visitors were left spellbound with the beautiful view of the garden and colourful tulip flowers. They were seen enjoying with their families and clicking photographs. Special changes have been made by the authorities of the exquisite garden, like special gardens of hyacinth flowers and a water channel amidst the scenic view, which are proving to be a major attraction for the visitors.
बहुत ही खूबसूरत व्यू है। ट्यूलिप को इस तरह से देखना मैंने तो फर्स्ट टाइम देखा है, तो ऐसा लग रहा था बस देखते ही रहो। हमारी तो फ्लाइट है अभी थोड़ी देर में, बट ऐसा लग रहा था कि बस बच्चे भी और एवरीबॉडी कि एंजॉय करो, इस मोमेंट को एंजॉय करो।
The Indira Gandhi Memorial Tulip Garden is located in the foothills of the Jabarwan Hills of the valley.
ये आज ही ओपनिंग है। स्पेशली मैं अहमदाबाद से इधर आया हूँ सिर्फ टुलिप गार्डन देखने के लिए, नज़ारा देखने के लिए। काफ़ी बहुत ही बेहतरीन लगा है।
Reportedly, the garden has approximately 2 million tulip flowers in 50 different varieties, accompanied by 40,000 hyacinth and daffodil flowers, including other flora species. The annual celebration of Tulip Festival includes showcasing the tulips, which is one of the key tourist attractions during the onset of spring season in the valley.
An oxygen bar in India's western Pune city is helping locals inhale oxygen to give a refreshing experience amid growing levels of pollution. The bar provides to its customers relaxing and rejuvenating experience in inhaling oxygen as a leisure activity.
Transforming the concept of healthy leisure with oxygen for recreational use is being loved in India's western city Pune, with oxygen bars providing a whiff of pure oxygen to the pollution-afflicted lungs of the city's residents. One can inhale whiffs of air containing 90 to 95% of oxygen through nasal tubes from oxygen pipes attached to conical flasks having aromatic liquid substance. The therapy will provide 10 minutes of refreshing, 20 minutes of relaxing and 30 minutes of rejuvenating experience to the customers.
In our oxygen bar, we separate the nitrogen from pure ambient air, and it has purity up to 80 to 90%, 95% purity, with added the aroma 3 to 4 drops. So we have developed the 10 minutes refresh, 20 minutes relax and 30 minutes rejuvenation.
देखो ऑक्सीजन जो है ये तो एक बहुत ज़रूरी चीज़ है हर एक ह्यूमन बीइंग के लिए, तो इसमें हमें फ्रेशनेस और वो बिल्कुल एकदम प्योर वो चीज़ मिल रही है जो हमें बाहर पोल्यूटेड सिटी में नहीं मिलती, तो ये अलग से कंसेप्ट है, अच्छा लगा।
The ultra-modern lifestyle of urban India and increasing carbon monoxide and nitrous oxide in the air due to thriving industrialism results to breathing problems among the people. Initiatives like these are likely to help people maintain a healthy lifestyle.
A town in India's northeastern Manipur province hosted its 8th annual championship of traditional wrestling, Mukna. The annual championship is held after Lai Haroba festival, when the Methi community completes its celebrations and prayers.
Kiamgay town in India's northeastern Manipur province hosted a provincial level championship of indigenous wrestling Mukna on Sunday. Locals led a colourful procession dressed in traditional attires with drum beats to begin the 8th annual championship. The championship is held every year after Lai Haroba festival. A total of 30 players participated in the championship. Local residents turned up in huge numbers to witness the players in action. Mukna is a test of the players' strength. Men try to pin each other down by grabbing the belts of loincloths. The championship was organised to promote the sport.
Most of the people who are living in Manipur are encouraging such type of game. Mukna is an indigenous game, and it is also most important for the Manipuri people. On this basis, we are organizing to brought up such kind of play or such kind of exercise.
Mukna has been played in Manipur since the days when kings ruled the province. The sport is similar to the traditional wrestling. The sport is said to have gained popularity during princely rule only as sons of kings would wrestle each other for the throne.
Well, that's all we have for you from South Asia this evening. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.
You're watching TEG TV.